Welcome to MITRE ATT&CK for Cyber Threat Intelligence Training. This is Module 0, Introducing the Training. I'm Adam Pennington, and I'll be your instructor for this part of the training. I lead MITRE ATT&CK and created the first version of this course along with my former colleague, Katie Nichols. I've been around ATT&CK since its initial creation and even gathered much of the intelligence that was used in ATT&CK's first version. In my 12 years at MITRE, I've been largely focused on cyber threat intelligence and deception, and I've been both a defender and a CTI analyst in multiple operations centers. So this is our first lesson in the module. Going to be getting into the challenges, advantages, and the process of mapping to attack. This lesson has 3 objectives. I'm first going to go over the training goals for the overall course. I'm going to review how the training modules are laid out, and then I'm going to get into a little bit about how ATT&CK can help for cyber threat intelligence. So we have a number of goals that we're hoping you'll take away from this course. First is why ATT&CK is useful for cyber threat intelligence. We want you to have some understanding of why you might use it in the first place. How to map to attack from both narrative reporting and raw data. How do you get the intelligence that you have today into the language of attack? We want you to have an understanding of how to store and display attack map data and what you should consider when you're actually doing that. We want you to have an understanding of how to perform cyber threat intelligence analysis using attack map data. And finally, taking that intelligence, how to make defensive recommendations to your defenders. You might notice that learning attack isn't in here. And we're assuming some knowledge of attack in this course. I'll get into some more resources for learning about it in Module 1, but you'll get a lot more out of this course if you complete our attack fundamentals training or another method of learning about the structure and contents of attack first. So the way the rest of this course is laid out, we're currently in Module 0, where I'm introducing the training itself, and I'll get into a little bit about why attack is useful for cyber threat intelligence in a moment. In Module 1, I'll get into how to map to attack from narrative reporting, how to take the existing reporting you have today, talking about adversaries, and add attack to it. We'll then switch into mapping to attack from raw data. How can you take your reporting from malware analysis, your raw incident response data, and turn that into attack as well? We'll then move on in Module 3 into storing and analyzing attack-mapped intelligence. Once you have your intelligence leveraging attack, how can we actually store it and make sense of it, be able to compare it, look at it in intelligent ways? Finally, we'll wrap up with making attack map data actionable and how to give defensive recommendations to your defenders from this attack mapped intelligence. Before getting into attack, I wanted to take a moment to talk about what is cyber threat intelligence, since it's commonly misunderstood. Sergio Caltagirone, in a paper he wrote on industrial control system intelligence, gave a definition we like. Threat intelligence is actionable knowledge and insight on adversaries and their malicious activities, enabling defenders and their organizations to reduce harm through better security decision-making. That's a great definition, and the only addition we might make to that is that it's actionable knowledge and insight, but it's also the process of doing that. From that definition, I'm going to talk about how attack can help with cyber threat intelligence. There's a couple ways that we see that attack can help with cyber threat intelligence. You can use your knowledge of adversary behaviors that you're getting through attack to help inform defenders. You can also structure threat intelligence with attack. This allows us to do a couple of things. So we can do things like compare behaviors between adversaries. So we can say one threat group does a specific thing, another threat group does another set of behaviors, and look at them next to each other. We can compare a single group over time. So we can say APT3 today is doing a particular behavior. What did they look like a year or two ago? How do they change over time? We can also compare groups to defenses. So what is it that an adversary we really care about does, and how well do our defenses stack up to that adversary? It also lets us communicate in a common language, just to be able to talk to each other using the same language to talk about behavioral cyber threat intelligence. So when we say it allows you to communicate to defenders, CTI analysts might currently be saying, this is what the adversary is doing. The run key is Adobe Updater. If they leverage attack, they can point at a specific attack technique, T1547.001, which is booter login auto start execution, registry run keys, startup folder. If the CTI analyst uses this common language, it means that the defender has a lot of resources they can look at to see if they might be able to detect it and how might they go about seeing this in the future. We say that it allows people to communicate with each other. In existing reporting, we might have Company A saying APT Elite is using autorun, and Company B saying Fuzzy Duck used a run key. If they both leverage attack, they then have a common definition. Again, this is T1547.001. And when both companies are using the same language, it means that cyber threat intelligence consumers understand what they mean. So in this lesson, we covered a couple things. I went over the training goals for the overall course. I took a look at how the modules are going to be laid out for the rest of it. And we also took a look at how attack can help with cyber threat intelligence by giving a common language and structure. This is just the beginning of our journey on working with attack for cyber threat intelligence. And next up, I'll be getting into how to map to attack from narrative reports.